Welcome to the Crochet Crowd. I'm your host, Mikey. Let's continue our stitch along with the Crochet Granny Cabana shirt. And in this part today, we're going to be putting the back seam together. So we have our two panels done. We have the right sides facing up. Okay, so we have this, and this will be the back seam on this side. Okay, so I have left and right. And what we need to do is that we need to take a measurement, mark it with the stitch marker, and then put it together with the flat stitch join. And that's today's thing that we're going to do before we continue to move on in our series. So what we're going to do is that we're going to turn this upside down. Okay, and you're going to turn it so that this is our seam. Okay. And this is our seam here. So I haven't woven in my ends because I'm a bad boy. And this here is the bottom edge. And we need to take a measurement to somewhere up here to determine that. So let's go to our instruction and see what we got to do for that. And grab your fancy dancy tape measure and let's do that. So flipping to our instructions, we have to determine the size based on your size. That I'm currently working on my size that I would like to do. And so you either have to measure up, the small size is 19 inches up, or it's 22, 25, or 27. And you were just going to take a measurement from the base and do that measurement in order to make that happen. So in my size, it was a total of 22 inches because I'm doing the large. And so I'm going to measure from the bottom edge, 22. It's actually almost close to the top, isn't it? Okay. It's not quite there, but it's pretty close. And so I'm going to say it's right here. So I'm going to take my stitch marker and pull through. And I'm going to match it to the other side. So I'm going to match it to the same space on the other side. And what I'm going to do just for my own purposes, I'm going to tie it into a bow tie, and this will hold it together. Okay, so we're currently looking at the right side, but we're on the back of the shirt. And we're going to start at the very base, and we're going to do the connecting flat stitch join next. So we're going to start right here and grab your yarn and hook, and let's begin. So a flat stitch join can only be done if the yarn is on the back of the project. So you can't do it with the yarn coming from the front side. So what you need to do is come in to the inside of your top and bring that yarn through. Because when you get there, if the yarn's not on the back, it's going to be a problem. So make sure it's coming through the back section here and to your hands. Okay, so now we're ready for this yarn. So just create a slip knot first, and you want to use the back loops only so that this join will sink into the project and not stand out. So what you want to do is that the back loop, so this one is right here. This is the back loop, it's furthest away from you. And this one here, it's here because it's furthest away. So that's the front loop and the back loop. This will cause it to sink. Now I should leave a disclaimer here. If you want a different kind of join, then go for it. Just know that this is a strong join and that it doesn't provide a lot of flexibility. So if the project starts to droop because you did a different kind of join, it might be the join itself. So keep this handy, and you want to use the back loop in the chain work itself. Okay, and then match it to the back loop of the opposite one right here. So there should only be 2 strands here. And now put this on. And all this is that you're just going to slip stitch and just pull it through. Let the straggler fall out of your way so that you don't have to worry about it. And you can put this into your hand as normal. You just got to keep the yarn on the back, and then just go into the next back loop and in the next back loop here. Always go in the same order. So don't be jumping around and picking one versus the other. Okay, so just if you're going to choose this one first and then this one, that's up to you. So back loop and match it to the back loop of the next. Just pull through. Just provide a little bit of extra slack to it because when you slip stitch, it tends to be tighter than normal. So just don't be too tight. Sometimes a good tip is that you increase your hook size as well when you do something like this to provide a bit of extra tension if you can't control it. So I'm in the chain work now, so I'm only going to use the back loop of the chain. So the chain work itself is a little harder to get into. This is my second take, so it's a little more open than it was. Okay, and so this join is sinking in between now the two. So you can choose any color. It was pretty much going to work itself out. And so what I need you to do is go all the way to the stitch marker and then stop. And I'll see you there in just a moment. Another little tip that I will have for you is that the one is easier to get into, but because this is upside down, you know, you have a hook for a reason. So I tend to hook onto it to the back loop and then bring it with me. So the one side I can just dive in and the other one I kind of have to hook onto it. You can let me know in the comments if this is really a tedious join. It kind of is, but you know what? It's the best join for this particular project, but definitely not my favorite of all of them, for sure. But because this doesn't have stretch, it's the right join for this one here, so it keeps it nice and solid. Okay, I'll be back in a moment. So I'm getting really close to where the stitch marker is, and I'm going to remember that it's the next space. So I'm going to remove this out because the yarn is coming from underneath that and it's going to get in my way. So remove out your stitch marker once you're confident, and then you can safely go and finish the rest of the stitches. So even if you weren't watching me, I would have done a stitch marker because I know myself, I start questioning things and then I start going psycho. Okay, and that space is the last one into the space. So I'm going to be a rebel. Well, as rebelling as a crocheter can get, is not weaving my ends until closer to the end of the project. But this is the last one, and so I am just going to grab some scissors and I'm just going to trim enough yarn that I can use to weave in the ends later and just pull it through the loop to lock it. So this is going to now be the right side facing out. Okay, so if you're looking at the other side, this will be the inside of your top. See the difference? Okay, and that's it for now, and I'll see you in the next tutorial as we continue along in our journey.